Alright guys, we're live. What's going on, everybody that's watching this back on stream? Because nobody's in the chat yet. Just gonna wait for everybody to join. But yeah, in this video, in this live stream, we're just gonna have a little conversation. But the topic of choice that I'm picking is I'm just curious what you guys think about the ACFT. And if you guys have any thoughts on how that's gonna go. So we're gonna talk about that. What's up, In Pain We Trust, Savage Patch Matt. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? BB. I'm at Myrtle Beach. Awesome. I really would like to go to Myrtle Beach sometime soon. Oh man, everybody's joining. Dark Messiah, Jordan Richardson, Theron, Theron 1480, Terry Cook, David Lay, Weight Lifted, Lawson, Sean Patterson, Western Creighton. You guys are gonna have your names forever on this live stream, so in 100 years you can go back and look it up. 301 DX Morris, what's going on? Yes I do, and yes I do. How have you been, Matt? I have been good. I've been doing good. Today was just a sucky day. Christopher Chinchilla. Sorry I skipped you, didn't get you that time. But anyways, we got Ryan over here jumping off on the video topic idea. I like the test, but I've seen a lot of Army vets complaining they made it easier specifically to allow more women because they've been waiving women through the APFTs. Yeah, so from what I have seen, right, so my little thoughts on basically what you just said, making it easier, I think theoretically, again, they haven't released the official scores. They have mock scores that they've done, and I've seen some of like the mock scores, right, on like what you can get, and you know, I think like the minimum or something is like 40% or something to get to pass. I don't think I'm doing a college stream tonight, but from the mock scores and all this other stuff, like it seems like the minimum to pass is lower than it used to be, but the maximums are pretty difficult. Especially like I saw on this one thing that somebody sent me, like the thing that they were using the test right now, the maximum for the run is 11 minutes and 30 seconds instead of 13 minutes. But then what, I don't even remember what the passing would be. I'll probably look at that right now. Just give me like 2 seconds. And so like to pass, it's like 18:30 where it used to be like 16 something. So I think they've made the minimums easier to pass, but then the maximums are harder. And then as far as the gender neutral thing, the reason that's the case is because it's gender neutral and it's like age neutral. So it doesn't matter what age you are, you're still gonna have the same scoring rubric and everything, because the way it is now, you got like 18 to 20, 17 to like 22 or something is one age group, then like 22 to 26 is another, and then 26 is something. And basically the older you get, the easier the PT test gets. So, you know, if you're an 18-year-old, your run standard is going to be the same as somebody who's 40 years old and in the Army. So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious what y'all's thoughts are. I think obviously they've lowered the minimum, but they've raised the maximums, it seems like. Which I think raising the maximums is fine. Because now you can get on the extended scale pretty easily. So you can max it out fairly easily now. Can I win the protein? Terry Cook, you can win the protein. If you guys did not know, for all of you watching this right now, on my Instagram, which as usual, my Instagram is in the description, I'm doing a BPN protein giveaway. So you guys can let me know on the Instagram post, leave a comment on the Instagram post what you want as far as a protein from BPN, and then I will select somebody, or 2 people now. So when I'm going to select the winner is at the end of this live stream. I figured I would do it at the end of this live stream, and then I'm just going to like delete that post on Instagram so nobody gets confused, because I've left them up in the past, and then people will comment like they want to win after I've already picked a winner. So at the end of this stream, I'm going to do a random comment picker on stream, and I'm going to select the 2 winners of the little protein giveaway I'm doing on my Instagram. So go head over to my Instagram and, you know, like follow me, and then leave a comment on my BPN giveaway post. Yeah, I heard they lowered standards because something about numerous unfit individuals. Yeah. The one weird thing that I noticed about one thing that I didn't notice, Yisrael, I cannot pronounce your name with the $1 super chat. Thank you. My favorite flavor of the protein is the cinnamon roll protein, and then the milk and cookies is my second favorite. But they did change the T push-up to like a hand-raised push-up. I can't remember what it's called now, but basically with the T push-up, you had to do a push-up. You started on the ground, you did a push-up, you came back down, you moved your arms to the side, and then you came back, did a push-up, moved your arms to the side. Now, with the ACFT that was approved, you do a push-up from the ground. You start on the ground, you do a push-up, you come back down, then you lift your hands off the ground, then you do a push-up and you just lift your hands off the ground. So they've removed the arm going apart. The one thing about that is they say that you cannot rest in the laying down position, which is that's definitely gonna be like a loophole for a lot of people. Like, people are going to rest in the down position because, I mean, I can just see it now with the sit-up, with the current sit-up. You know, you do a sit-up and you're not supposed to rest laying down. The only, rest position is in the up position. So when you're sitting up, you can't hold yourself, but you can sit up, and so you can rest there, but you can't rest on the ground. Well, for the push-up that they're going to have now, you can't rest on the ground, but you can rest in the up position. But there's not like a time requirement on how long you have to be on the ground before you have to start pushing back up. So you can tell that there's going to be people who are just like trying to do a push-up, but they're really resting, because for the sit-up currently, as long as you're making a constant effort to do the sit-up, so if you're doing a sit-up and you can't sit up and you need to rest, and you're just doing a little sit-up kind of thing, you're not even really doing crunches, but you're trying, that's still you trying to do the sit-up. So now I feel like people are going to be doing this push-up thing, and they're going to be laying on the ground like trying to do the push-up, whereas they're really just kind of faking it, and they're trying and they're just resting. So I think that's kind of a little loophole for the push-up thing. I don't think that they necessarily needed to change the push-up. I mean, that's still a push-up. Literally, the only thing they're like, I don't understand why they changed the push-up. Like, if they're only doing that, it doesn't make sense to me. Chim Dog, I'm new. Well, welcome to the club. So I had a question. What's the best way to get better at push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups besides just doing them? I'm in the delayed entry program for Marines and getting ready for boot camp. So all of those push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups have a muscle memory aspect to it. So you want to make sure that you're actually doing them like you said. But that's like, honestly, it's a big deal. Like, if you want to get better at something, you do it. But if you're really trying to get better, that is whenever I say to throw in some weightlifting stuff. So you can do variations of pull-ups. So you can do all the different hand grips. So you can do narrow pull-up, wide pull-up, neutral grip, chin up, close chin up, and whatnot. So you can do variations of that. But then if you really want to improve, like I tell people want to know, like, if you should do bench press or if you should do these different weightlifting exercises to improve. And yes, like, that will improve you. That's not the only thing you need to do. But if you're really trying to do a lot better, doing some weightlifting in conjunction with doing push-ups, in conjunction doing like lat pull downs and all these other back exercises in conjunction with doing pull-ups will definitely help you out a lot. I have no clue what brand of pull-up bar I have. I don't even know. I think it's probably one I got at Dick's Sporting Goods. Phoebe? I don't know if I pronounced that. Bannister. I got upset thinking I was going to miss this live video because of work, but nope. Right when I got home, you popped up to my notifications. Well, that is awesome. I'm glad you made it to the live stream. There is people every single time I do a live stream. Every single time I do a live stream, people are like, "Oh my gosh, I missed it." You know. So, anyways, again, I'm gonna mention it a few times. I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram, so make sure you guys go and leave a comment on my Instagram. And I do want to mention, by the way, that they do limited edition flavors. So even though in the picture that I posted, which is one of the pictures that BPN has, they share this picture with us or whatever with affiliates. There isn't going to be any strawberry cheesecake protein, and then there's not any salted caramel. Those were like they're not doing those flavors anymore. So I'm sorry about that, if you wanted that. Anyways, what's your thoughts on the reverse ball throw? Why is there like a gnat in here? What the freak? I don't even know. Like, like they say that the ball, so you got like a 10-pound like medicine ball, and you're throwing it over your back, and that is supposed to simulate you lifting a soldier over a wall. Like, I mean, that's only like a 10-pound thing. Like, I don't think that simulates it that much, and it simulates explosiveness and all these things. Like, I mean, I guess so, but I think a lot of it is like form, or it's like I don't know. It's like if I was if like, you know, they're testing you on how far you could throw a grenade. Obviously, baseball players are gonna have advantage. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'm gonna have to do it, you know, and see. It's definitely not gonna be an exercise where you are going to be tired afterwards. You're just chunking the ball backwards. So that's going to be interesting. There's going to be a 2-minute rest period in between each event. So that whole medicine ball throw is going to be, your camera's not in focus. It looks like it's in focus. But anyways, that's going to be like a rest event. So like, I'm a youngin, and I was wondering what I should do in the long-term prep for the Marine Corps. So you can do exactly what I told my little brothers and stuff to do as they were growing up and getting older. And I just told them to not worry about lifting weights and anything, and focus on body weight exercises, calisthenics, and things like that. So if you're younger, I think that you should really focus on calisthenics, doing push-ups, pull-ups, running, things like that. And that's about it. Once you hit about age 16 or so, then I think you could start kind of taking weightlifting a little bit more seriously. So, yeah, like, and you don't need to worry about, if you're freaking 14 years old, you don't need to be worrying about supplements. Why did the Army recruiter ask me to bring my Social Security and ID? Why would they ask for those things? Because they're trying to verify that you're, a U.S. citizen. And you're not a felon, basically. On the bus to basic training to Fort Sill, just wanted to say, hey, Maxwell, good luck. That is crazy. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. If anybody else on that bus knows who I am, tell them I said good luck. 106. Let me just scroll back up here. Matt dropped 20. I'm not doing push-ups right now. Oh yeah, and the MOS, or the ACFT is gonna be graded by your MOS, which is gonna be interesting. See, like I've said in like my video that I covered, I'm really curious what the scores are gonna be whenever they come out, and how much things are going to change, because they're doing that the whole 40,000 soldiers that are gonna be taking this ACFT. They're the little guinea pigs. So after they do that, that's when they're gonna come up with the exact scoring system. So I'm really curious how that's going to go. When's he picking the winner for BPN? I am picking the winner for the BPN giveaway that is on my Instagram. Link is in the description, or you can just search my name. I'm picking the winner for that at the end of this live stream. So yeah, like I said in the post, I was going to pick it shortly. Because I didn't know exactly what time I was going to pick it. I just knew I wanted to pick it at the end of the live stream, was what I wanted to do. Who watches Yusha Thomas? I've seen some of his videos. Pretty funny. Matt, I received a hip replacement when I was 17. What chance do I have to join the military? I mean, I don't know if that hinders you or not. Again, like I've always said, people ask me so many medical questions, and I'm not a doctor, nor am I the MEPS person who's going to approve you. So I don't know. Ward versus Nava. Yes, that is going to hopefully happen sometime in a month to 2 months. A month to 2 months. Matt Ward versus Nava the Beast. How do you like the BPN supplements? I love them. I used their supplements before I actually got sponsored and stuff by them. I recommended them before I got sponsored by them. The reason I like them is one of the reasons why they're coming out with the whole new branding. Nick Lucas, what's up, man? 60K subs coming real soon. Someone beat my dono. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It's freaking awesome. But yeah, so like I used their supplements way before, because I would try all these different protein shakes, and a lot of people are like, oh, this protein tastes terrible, it doesn't taste good even if you put it in some kind of weird shake or whatever. And then BPN protein I think tastes amazing. All their stuff tastes great in my opinion, so I used them before. And then like I love their Endo Pump and their End Focus. They have a lot of products that I actually do like. And see, Sarah Smith, BPN's good. I use them. Currently shopping some Gymfidel apparel. Yeah, guys, if you want this T-shirt, which I think looks pretty freaking sick. If you want this T-shirt, link is in the description to Gymfidel. That's another awesome freaking apparel company. They just released a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty excited about that. Andrew, what's up, man? I use the Endo Pump. It's great. Yes, dude, the Endo Pump, man. Especially like when you first take the Endo Pump, which if you guys don't know, it's one of the BPN supplements. The Endo Pump, it does basically kind of what you would think it does, is it gives you like a pump. And so like when you're working out, if you're doing like arm day or something, like your arms will just be like swole. Got your Silkies coming this week, dude. I'm excited. That's awesome. Like I said, guys, Gymfidel. I rolled my tongue there. Apparel. Link is in the description. So while you're there, while you go to my Instagram and check out or enter the BPN giveaway, you can check out Gymfidel. I use the mint chocolate chip. Yummy. How you doing today, Matt? I'm leaving in a month for basic training. My MOS is 11 X-ray. Where'd the message go? My recruiter told me that they got rid of the 11 Bravo Charlie, which is chosen once you get to basic. Is this statement true or not? If it is, I mean, so you're basically saying that they are removing like those two MOSs? I haven't heard anything about that, so I couldn't tell you. Can you bring your phone to basic training? And should you, if you can? Yes, of course you should bring your phone to basic training. How else, when you have a chance to call home, like the couple of times you're going to get a call home, like how are you going to do that? So bring your phones to basic training, guys. Bring your phones to basic training. You're not going to get to use it every day. Your phone is going to be taken away from you, but when you do get a chance to use your phone for like 10 minutes, you want to use your phone. Man. Oh, and don't forget your chargers. Elmo, just followed your Instagram, but Law knows I don't need supplements. Do I plan on going to Ranger School? Yes. That is not something for officers and stuff. It's not something that you can get in your contract. So I 1000% want to go to Ranger School. It is something that I've wanted to do since the beginning of me joining. I really want to go to Ranger School, but as an officer, it's not something that I can't get it in my contract. Like you guys can get your 75th Ranger Regiment and all this stuff. You can get RAS in your contract. You can get Airborne in your contract. That's not how it is for officers. It's just gonna have to be me being an awesome freaking officer, and then hopefully the opportunity will arise for me to go. Funny story, in MEPS, they didn't see my scar on my palm, which could have ended up getting me failed. Why do you have a scar on your palm? Did you get like a huge gash in your hand? Did you pick anything up on Amazon Prime Day, son? Yeah, I heard all this stuff about Amazon Prime Day, which I'm not sure even what that is, honestly. I've been working basically most of the day. But what is it? Like, if somebody wants to let me know in the chat, what in the world is Amazon Prime Day? I already have Amazon Prime and I use it all the time, but I don't really need to buy anything right now. Oh, man. I'm at the Army Dive School right now. So far, it seems like they want people to quit. Why are the instructors like that? It's like one of those initiation things. Like if they're trying to get you to quit to get the people who actually want to be there to actually stay and be there. Because if the instructors are trying to get you to quit and you quit, obviously you don't want to be there that bad. So at the beginning of most courses, there's going to be that initial just sucky period. So, and we got Lone Wolf X308. Had my first RST this past weekend and failed the beep test. Oh man. I am a weightlifter trying to get my cardio up. What is the best way? Ship in November to Fort Benning, 15 November, avionics mechanics. So there's all kinds of ways that you can go about improving your cardio. You can do HIIT training, which is going to be high intensity interval training, which is going to help you build muscle and stuff like that, but it's also like a cardio workout. You can do long distance training. You can do interval for runs. You can do 30-60s and 61-20s. You can watch one of my videos on why your run times aren't improving. That's the title of the video, I think, why your run times aren't improving. Or you can do like what I did today. So you can do like intervals for your run, right? So the distance is going to vary depending on your skill level and how your cardio and stuff is. So today I did 3 sets of a 1 mile run at a fast pace, like basically going as hard as I can. Obviously the second was slower than the first and the third was slower than the second or whatever, but you know, really pushing myself. And so I did a 1 mile run as hard as I could. Probably walked for, I don't know, 3 minutes or 3 minutes. I didn't keep track of the time. Basically until I caught my breath. As soon as I caught my breath, I did another mile and then caught my breath and then I did another mile. So basically instead of me doing, you know, like I have been doing the past couple of days, just doing a timed 2 mile run or doing maybe even a 3 mile run, today I did 3 miles but in 1 mile increments and really push myself. And so the reason that I'm doing that is because that's actually going to help me out a lot whenever it comes to speeding up on my run. So if you're trying to make your run time faster, you're going to want to add in some interval training where you're really pushing yourself for a shorter period of time. And then if you're struggling to run a certain distance, what you want to do is you want to run slower but for a longer period of time. So if you're struggling to run a mile if you're struggling to run a mile at like a 9-minute mile pace, which is pretty slow, honestly. If you're struggling to do that, then maybe slow down your run just so that you can actually keep going and then run like 1.5 miles or even 2 miles. And then do that and just help build up your endurance over a period of time. So instead of running for that 9-minute 1 mile, you could have a goal, which is I'm just going to run for 15 minutes without stopping. So those, I basically just gave you probably like a whole bunch of different things that you can do to improve on your run. And all of them are good. All of them will work. You just kind of have to figure out where you suck at and then kind of work from there. But it's always going to be good to throw in some variation. So have some long days, have some short days. Anyways, can you demonstrate a proper push-up? I have a video on the perfect push-up form. But I'm not going to demonstrate it right now. Amazon Prime Day. Whoa, where did it go? Andrew, where did it go? Amazon Prime Day is a day of further deals on Amazon Prime eligible items. It's pretty cool. Well, that didn't really explain that much to me. So you're basically saying you get better deals? Like more of a discount, you mean? Not sure. Any tips on gaining weight and muscle for a guy with a fast metabolism? Yes, eat more. And people are like, oh, I swear, literally like every time when people will say, you know, oh my gosh, I can't gain weight, blah, 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 all this stuff. Like I have fast metabolism, I can't gain weight. And the answer is eat more. And you're like, oh, well, I'm already eating more. Well, it's like, you have to eat more. If what you're eating right now is not making you gain weight, there is literally no other way on the planet to gain weight unless you eat more food. So if you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you're not gaining weight, you're not going to gain any weight. You're not going to gain more weight by what? Like eating healthier food? Like, no, it's still 3,000 calories. You got to eat more. Bump your calories up to 4,000 calories. And that's always a good starting point. If you're struggling to gain weight, one of the reasons that people struggle with that is because, like, one day they'll just eat a crap ton. They'll eat so much food that it's just ridiculous. They'll eat crappy food, and then the next day they really don't eat that much, and they might only eat like 1,500 calories that day, and then it all kind of balances out, and then they don't gain weight, but they don't realize that they're doing that because they're not tracking their calories. So just like you would track your calories to lose weight, you want to track your calories to gain weight, and you want to try to hit those numbers, because again, people will eat like 4,000 calories one day, but the next day they only eat like 1,500 calories, and then they're averaging out to a calorie amount where they're just basically going to maintain their weight. So you really want to track your calories for gaining weight, and I would just suggest, like, if you're really not gaining weight, just start out, just eat 4,000 calories a day, and then see what happens from there. Go a week or so. Just stuff your face, man. It's an easy problem to have. Struggling to gain weight versus struggling to lose weight. X-ray at basic. What are you talking about? Do they X-ray you at basic? Is that what you're asking? No. Best way to get airborne school when first enlisting. Ask for it. There's really no other way to get it unless you ask for it. And then if it's available for that MOS or whatever, then it's available for the MOS. If it's not available for the MOS at that time, then it's not. And you can wait to get airborne in your contract. So, yes, Prime Day is an added discount. Oh, okay. So if Amazon Prime Day is over today, I guess after the live stream, I will like look for something that I actually need. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, like, so if your MOS isn't available, or if you can't get airborne in your contract, or if an option 40 contract isn't available, you have to really ask yourself, is it important for me to get airborne in my contract? Is it important for me to get an option 40 contract? If it is really that important to you, and if that is really what you want to do, then you can just kind of wait a little bit and check in with your recruiter, and then it'll eventually open up. My MOS that I wanted whenever I first enlisted was not available, and then I literally went back the next day and it was available. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but you know, you could have it could be not available, and then 2 weeks later it is. And if you're wanting to get airborne or an option 40 contract, and that's something you really wanted, but you enlisted, and then 2 weeks later it's available, like, that's just something you got to think about. What time's the stream over? I mean, it's going to be at least an hour. And again, I am selecting the VPN giveaway winner that is on my Instagram. So on my Instagram, I'm doing a VPN giveaway for the supplements, for the protein. And you got to leave a comment on that post, and I'm picking a winner at the end of this stream. At the end of this stream, I'm picking a winner. And I've missed a lot of comments. Jeez. And, wait. Prime Day crashed. So, did it really? M. Thompson with the $20 super chat. That's freaking awesome. Back from an amazing drill. Staff Sergeant had a heart to hear from us. Did CLS and Patrol react to contact? Okay. Your videos helped me shave off time for my run and did better on my PT test. RSP DET 2 PFC Thompson 877th Engineering. Okay. Telling everybody in the world your unit. No, that's fine. That is awesome. I am glad to hear that anything I've done has helped you guys out, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever. If it's just something I have said has gave you a thought or a spark to go out and run, or maybe like a Snapchat or something that I've done, or an Instagram post that I've done where I'm showing you guys me running, maybe that motivates you guys to go run, that's freaking awesome. Matt, I'm making an Instagram just for your giveaway. How do you not have an Instagram? You can get a waiver legit. Not sure what you're saying. How do you win in the stick fight drill ring out? Submission? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I guess you are talking about the pugils, which is the stick fighting thing. And the way you win that is the drill sergeant basically decides who wins that fight. And the way you win is just by beating the other person's face in more than you get yours beat in. Is the Army big on swimming? No. The only swimming stuff I've done, alright, so enlisted, I didn't have to do anything swimming, but to be an officer, you have to go through the, what is the course? it's just like this little water lifesaver course thing that you have to do, which is like you swim in the water and like you act like you're carrying somebody, and you jump in the water, you jump off of a high dive blindfolded with your weapon. I did that, and you have to do that to become an officer or whatever, and that's like the only thing I've done. And I will say, like, some of like two of the things was difficult. Like one of the things, which is really not that hard, but like you have to tread water for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that, and then you have to continuously swim for like 5 or 10 minutes. So obviously, if you have trouble swimming, you're probably not going to be able to, and all that you have to do it at once, so you're not going to be able to. I cannot remember if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, so it'll be somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes of just swimming. So obviously, if you have trouble swimming, you're not going to be able to do that. But if you're not trying to be an officer, then you're going to be fine. You don't have to do that. But yeah, if you suck at swimming, you're going to be fine. Any thoughts on starting SMP at the same time as grad school? I think that is a good idea. SMP gives you extra points for your OML list, for the OML sessions. 3 extra points actually. But yeah, it's good. It gives you a little taste of the military. I think it's good. Plus you get a little bit extra pay. That's always good. Can't wait to see who wins. Oh, for the Instagram giveaway. Let me see how many of you guys have posted or left a comment. Oh my gosh, 55. By the way, if you leave a comment, there's people like Songbird Olivia. Oh, you left something like every time. If you leave more than one comment on the post, number one, it's a little bit annoying because you're kind of just spamming it. And then number two, it's going off of unique commenters. So if you comment twice, it's only going to count as one entry. Hey, is this... Oh my goodness. So yeah, so for this post, let me show you guys right here. This post on my Instagram link is in the description. But anyways, let's get back to this. Picking the winner at the end of the live stream. Hey, I've always dreamed of joining the military but have lower back issues. Would this prevent me from enlisting? Again, another medical question that I could in no way, shape, or form have any possibility of answering that, really, because I don't know how serious they are or what doctors have said about it. So anyways, what's your Insta? Guys, come on now. Like, this is my Instagram. This is my Instagram URL, as well as my Snapchat. That's my Twitter. And then all of the links are in the description. Come on, man. It's every video. It's every video. So, let's do this. My girlfriend just texted me, and she said, pick a color. And I want you guys to pick a color. We're going to do this. We're going to have the live stream, pick a color. I want you guys to pick a color. And whichever color I see the most is going to be the answer that I'm going to reply back to her. Your posts don't come across on my stream on Instagram. I don't see why, or I'm not sure why. Well, the reason is you probably haven't liked my post in a while. So if you don't, let me look at this. Oh, good lord, that was a lot of comments. Jeez, I don't think I've ever gotten more replies. I'm gonna keep going. Like, look at this. Like, I'm Snapchatting y'all. So they're saying, I think the majority of people are saying blue. Blue and green. Let me write this back to her. Da 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 da. And send this to her. Alright, so I picked blue. Matt, did you read my Insta DM where I asked you for the giveaway? I don't think I did. If it didn't show that I read it, then I didn't read it. But anyways, that's it. That's it for the colors. But that was kind of funny. I did not expect that many people to write a color. That's hilarious. But yeah, yes, and I said blue. If I were to pick another one, I think green was the next biggest. But that was funny. Now I gotta look back at some question or something. What type of aviation jobs are there in the Army that can be used after we serve? I think any kind of mechanic job would be good. There's all kinds of different mechanic jobs that you can work on. Helicopters, you can work on jets, you can, it's not aviation, but you can work on tanks, you can work on vehicles. All kinds of different jobs like that I think would be good. Just being in that environment would be good. It also kind of depends on the career field that you want afterwards, so that's just my thoughts on that. I don't know every single job that would consist in the aviation sphere, but that is a good, I don't know, I guess category to be in if you want to after the military job. Matt, do you want to lead my revolution? Yes, of course I do. Of course. General Colt? Yes. Matt, where do you sleep at reception? You sleep in some barracks. So when you get to reception, pretty stable 64 viewers. I'm showing 114 viewers. She got me. But anyways, so what was I saying? She replied back to me. Oh yeah, where do you sleep at reception? So at reception, you're going to sleep in barracks, and then at the barracks, the barracks that you're going to sleep in at reception, all those people are going to be in your company once you go to basic training, but they're not all going to be in your same platoon. So you're going to be basically in a platoon at reception, but everybody who's in your platoon is not going to be in your platoon at basic training, but they will be at least in your company. I'm texting, sorry. Alright, so you should do the Special Forces Q course. I can't. She just pretty much told me to die. What? Hey Matt, does your girlfriend ever watch your live streams? Yes, she does. Every now and then she'll drop a comment or something on there, and you guys will see it. I'll probably mention it to you guys. But yeah, like last live stream, she commented a few times. Ask who was stronger, Matt Ward or Nava the Beast. If like not even like being like any kind of competition, like who is stronger, it's definitely me. But if we did, whenever we do the whole Matt Ward versus Nava thing, it's not going to be just a strength-based thing. But if it was, then I would definitely win that. But I think I've probably been lifting weights longer, so. Military college or normal, will I benefit more? If you're talking about benefiting more from being an military officer, I would say like an actual legit military college. But if you want more of the college life, then just a normal college and doing ROTC. Does anybody know about the Coast Guard and what that is like? I don't really know much about it. I have a friend who's in it, and maybe one day I will do a video with him. Maybe. Matt will make America great again. Prime Day. M's on Prime Days. Discount items. There's a limited amount of items, so it's not really just a day anymore. It started at 5 p.m. Oh. Hey, read my last message, Matt. How long after AIT could you start doing ROTC? Is there any rank that you should be in order to start ROTC? No, there's not any specific rank that you need to be in order to start. And then you could start ROTC right after AIT. So ROTC is going to be the same time as college. So as soon as you enroll in college courses, you'll enroll in ROTC. For me, it was... my first ROTC class was a month after I graduated ROTC, or a month after I graduated AIT. Fastest way to kick in doors after passing basic? Well, just go to your neighbor's house and then just kick it in and hope that they don't have any kind of security system, Nick. And that's probably the fastest way to do it. Yo, Matt, I have an important question. Lil Bricks, look up. What is your question? Matt, if you encountered Logan Paul, what would you do? If I encountered Logan Paul, the first thing I would try to do is assess basically how much of what he does is like an act or whatever, and then I would just hang out with them. I mean, from what I understand, like, I mean, when the camera is on him, he's a little bit different than in person. Like, obviously, he's still gonna be crazy, but from what I understand from some people, he's still fairly normal, and all the crazy stuff that he does is 100% thought out. Like, people think that he doesn't think, but he thinks about it. Even though his little scandal thing that he did with the whole dead person, like, he thought about that, and he thought that, hey, this is gonna get views. He just didn't think it was gonna get all the backlash that he got. I think, like, he thought that it was gonna get views, which it obviously did. It just didn't go the way that he planned. Are you considering live streaming your challenge or video with Nava the Beast? No, I will not be live streaming that, because I won't be live streaming it. It's probably going to be out somewhere where I won't be able to live stream it. Is there a proper way to address a cadet? Yes, you call them sir, depending on your rank, or it's basically, if you're lower than them, you call them sir. If you're higher than them, you can call them cadet such and such. Because cadet is the rank, and so you can technically call people by the rank. So you can say, like, for me, I was Cadet Ward, so you call me Cadet Ward, or you just call me sir as a cadet. So, extremely jealous of my cousin. He recently got a tour of the Pentagon. That is freaking sweet. That is sweet. My brother's in Marine Corps boot camp right now, and his buddy was hit in the head with an M16 buttstock during drill. He has such bad neurological damage now that they are reteaching him to walk. Wow, that's not good. That's not good. They have the circle rank on their chest. Yep. Walked 4 miles today with 26 extra pounds on my back. Live streams don't get as many views. What did you say, Nick? More views just being on a video anyways. I'm not sure what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, live streams don't get as many views, like, technically as a general video, but it's a good way to interact with people. But I missed the question. What would you do if you saw a general not in uniform walking down the street, but you are off duty and he doesn't know you and you're in civilian clothes? Do not address. Don't talk to him. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. And if you do talk to him, don't let him know that you're in the military. For the Nava versus video match. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that, I mean, I wouldn't live stream it because that. And then the editing, it just wouldn't be as interesting, I think. If you weren't in the Army, what other branch would you go to? The Air Force. What's up with 30th AG? 30th AG just sucks, man. Like, all the other reception battalions are, nothing compared to 30th AG. Like, they just have a mission. And 30th AG is the reception battalion, which is at Fort Benning. So if you go to Fort Benning, you're going to go to 30th AG, that reception battalion. If you go to any other basic training post, it's not going to be as bad as reception. Some basic training posts you go to, like Fort Jackson, you're going to have your phone. So it's just not as bad. Bye, Ann. Zan leaving. Bye, Ann. Where's the message at? Is it true there is a buddy system at basic? So the buddy system, all it is, like, people get so confused whenever I talk about your battle buddy or all this stuff, and actually you're asking something totally different. So the buddy system, when you join, is when you're joining with a friend. So if me and my friend want to join, and we want to join through the buddy system, what that's going to do is going to ensure that we're going to be in the same company, not the same platoon, the same company at basic training, the same company at AIT, so long we both have the same MOS, and so that's that. And then I cannot remember. I think off the top of my head, you go to within the same distance of the same post. Or I know if you're married, that's the case. So like if you're married and you're joining together, you can ensure that you're going to be within a distance of the same post. You're not even necessarily ensured that you're going to be on at the same duty station, but it's likely that you will be. With the World Cup now over, if you could compare different soccer stars in the military branches, what they would be in? I know absolutely this much about soccer, so I don't even know. I don't even know who won the World Cup. To be 100,000% honest, I don't even know. And your battle buddy is whoever is you want. So your battle buddy is literally whoever you want. Cody with the $10 super chat here. One of my friends told me that the night before his graduation at Fort Jackson, there was a kid that would run around the barracks butt naked, waving his towel around, waking everyone up. That's ridiculous. That's one of those crazy stories. Like, you're not supposed to do that, but I mean, I'm sure he was just one of those guys. I guess he just got out of the shower. He was getting in the shower. There's some people that do that. Like there's people, you know, obviously it's like guys, like not every guy is just totally comfortable just walking around naked with other people. I know for like females and stuff, like in general, I think they're a little bit more comfortable doing that, but not all males are. And so sometimes there are going to be males that are just, they don't care, and they'll just walk around the barracks, or whatever, and they're going to be butt naked. So I guess that dude just decided one day to run around butt naked, swinging his thing. You tell whoever on fire guard. Have you played the America's Army game? No. How do you feel about North Korea? I don't like Kim Jong-un. So that's how I feel about North Korea. The country itself, or the people themselves, they've just been brainwashed. Like, if you've ever watched like a documentary on North Korea and like what they teach people in school, like they like literally teach like little 3 and 4 year old kids, like some of the first things that they learn is like, you know, they'll say death to America, and they're like kill Americans and all these other things. And hopefully that doesn't get this freaking live stream demonetized for what I just said. But like they just instill this in the people like at such a young age. It's just insane. So I mean, I think eventually, like I think there was just something on the news, like North Korea, like they just did some weird thing, like they didn't hold up the deal. What a shocker. But I think eventually things will get sorted out eventually, and then by that time, like, you know, they will get more integrated. And then the people in North Korea, I feel like once they figure out and once they like get the internet, they're gonna look at the world and it's gonna be like it just crazy to them. They're gonna be like, I don't even know, like I can't even really imagine that. Oh, there's Faith. So yeah, Faith is in the chat now, guys, or she's at least here temporarily. SOS, send ice cream. If I could, I mean, if I could call up Baskin Robbins or the cookies place, the Insomnia Cookies place, I could have them delivered to you if they were nearby you. You tried, Faith. Check your DM. Are you telling me to check my DMs on whatchamacallit? On Instagram? I can check them later. Again, guys, just a little reiteration. VPN giveaways going on Instagram. I'm picking the winner at the end of the stream. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to block this person. Guys, I'm not like, so for the VPN giveaway, if you leave like freaking 30 or 40 comments like these people, I'm going to If you read like 30 or 40 comments on my Instagram post, I will end up blocking you because that's just, at least temporarily. Babe, Thurman Ryan said read his message. Where's it at? Faith, shout me out so Matt sees my message. What am I missing? Alright, so did you read a message? Alright, Lil Bricks. I see your message. So me and my girl are getting ready to leave up soon, but we're still in the process of are BSing, and she thinks she's getting out now to North Carolina and get a new career. But wouldn't she have to start all the paperwork over? Yeah, if you go from like one recruiter to the next or whatever, you're basically gonna have to start over. So that's this person, like, they're doing some paperwork with this one recruiter, they want to go to another recruiter because they think the one recruiter's crap. If you go to a new recruiter, you're basically gonna have to start over. And then who was the other person? Who's the other person? I don't know. Thanks, Faith. It was right above your SOS. It was right above your SOS. Alright, because Faith told me to do it. Matt, I turned down a combat medic with Ranger and Airborne for a tanker job. Can I just get that after I go through basic or something? So, if you're saying just get that, you're not going to be able to become a combat medic after you go to your tanker job, but you could technically go Ranger and Airborne afterwards if you wanted to. So yes, you technically could, but it's not going to be something that you're going to get to do immediately afterwards, and it's going to be kind of a flip. So, top students, so you can say it's going pretty well. Yeah, my babe is, oh gosh, get in focus. Focus. There we go. Yeah, my babe is she's doing good at her little tech school right now. What MOS are you? Are you talking to Faith or me? Thoughts on Russia, specifically Vladimir Putin? I don't know if I am allowed to have too many thoughts on that. I mean, I guess I can. But I don't know. I don't know if I should say anything. Thank you, Andrew, for blocking that. Thinking of joining CID after college. Any opinions? It's a good idea if you want to do it, I think. What MOS is Faith? She could probably answer that to you way better than I can in the comment section. You're not paid to think. That is not true for an officer. You know, that's one of the things that they'll say to enlisted people. But yeah, officers are literally like that's what we do. Nearly 60K. So glad you're growing. Yes, I know. I'm very close to 60,000 subscribers. Should be hitting that next week. Or by this, no, not this weekend. I don't think I would hit it this next weekend, or this coming up weekend. I don't know. I will be in Texas this weekend, so there's not gonna be a live stream or anything this weekend. So, Matt, how do you think ROTC will go about preparing current cadets for the upcoming ACFT implementation? I think that they will do a great job. I think ROTC will do a fantastic job preparing the cadets for the ACFT, just like they do a great job preparing cadets for the APFT and all that, because generally second lieutenants or people straight out of ROTC are in pretty good shape. You know, like the average, I think like the average PT score for my graduating class in ROTC was like 291 or 292 or something like that, so like almost a 300. But like for a platoon at basic training, for like the average in the platoon, it's like 240 or something like that. Like it's like way lower, so like you're gonna be, you know, and it should be that way because officers should be setting the standard. So one of the things that I want to do as an officer, and it's a competitive thing that I have, I guess, like I'm always very competitive with myself, and I actually talk about it in tomorrow's vlog. So the vlog that's going up tomorrow morning at 11, I talk about this a little bit. It's like the problem I have is I'm very competitive with myself, and I always want to do max out. I always want to do my best. I always want to do that. But as an officer, it's going to be a little bit of a different standard because all of my soldiers, everybody who's enlisted under me, is going to be looking at me, and they're going to be judging off of my PT score. And like, it's weird that it happens, but in the military, like, people will judge you off of your PT score. Like, if you have a crappy PT score, people will judge you as being a crappy soldier. It's just how it goes. I remember I had a drill sergeant who told me, or who told all of us in the platoon, he told my whole platoon, if anybody in the Army ever tells you to do something and you have a higher PT score than them, then like, you don't have to listen to them. Like, it's like, well, like, work on your PT score, bro. So like, it's a big deal, honestly. And so for me as an officer, all of my soldiers that I have under me, it is going to be something that I'm going to strive to do better than them, and always be kind of like the goal for people to strive to reach in a way. Now that I'm 25 and I'm getting older and whatnot, so like my run time isn't going to be, you know, like super fast. Like, I don't know, like the ultimate goal would be to get like my 2 mile time to 11 flat. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but you know, there's gonna be a lot of people who are younger than me at that. But you know, with this new test, I think, you know, I could still smoke some younger soldiers. So anyways, that's my thing. So Tommy, are you gonna play COD with Andrew? Yes, I'll play COD with Andrew. I missed it last time. I thought we had a full party, and then I played like one more game, and then I got off. Air Force Specialty Code, mine is 1P0X1, air crew flight equipment. The pilot's life is in my hands, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I love it. Where are you going to be in Texas this weekend? I'm going to Houston, Texas for my drill weekend, and then I'm going up to where Faith is located at her base to see her for a day. PT score. If you can insert in any major military action in U.S. history, what would it be? If you can insert in any major military action in U.S. history, I don't really know if I fully understand that question. Like, what do you mean? Is it harder to ask for and get into the green to gold program or OCS? I think getting into the green to gold program, I think will be a little bit more difficult. I think OCS is easy if you are good enough to qualify for it, if that makes sense. So pretty much anybody can just qualify or to go for green to gold. You're going to have to maintain a high GPA and all this whatnot. But for like OCS, you got to be an NCO already. So you're going to have proven yourself. You're going to have good PT scores and all that stuff. So like if you kind of meet the requirements of getting OCS, you should be able to get accepted for that. And then obviously if you're enlisting with OCS, that's the easiest. So yeah, that's the answer to that. So yeah, I mean, I guess on average, I would just say green to gold is harder to get. Any news on if the runtime is the same? So I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. Let me do this. So I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. The run times, this is what it looks like from the scores that I have seen. One of you guys sent me like a mock-up score chart for all of the things, which I hadn't seen yet. It was like an official thing that they were using to score it. And so what it looks like is all the maxes are pretty high. Like the maxes are high, and for the run time, the max is 11 minutes and 30 seconds that they're using right now. But the minimum is a lot slower. It's like 18 minutes and 30 seconds instead of the male like 16 minutes and 30 seconds, which, you know, I feel like 18:30 is pretty slow, but at the same time, that's basically closer to the female minimum. So like, again, it's going to depend on your MOS. So if you're in a combat MOS, that MOS is going to have a higher minimum. So I guess that just depends. Maybe maybe that will be the 16:30, and then like a non-combat MOS, a POG MOS will be that 18 minute. Is that a West Point saber in the background, and where's the black and white flag? My black and white flag is like right here. I was thinking about putting it somewhere over here, but this is, well, I don't want to take it off the wall, but it's basically a trophy that I got for winning the Best Warrior competition for this command. So it's basically a trophy that I was given by a 1-star general. What is in the background? I kind of like it. Yeah, so I was curious if I was going to say that. I am actually playing a little bit of background music. So if I stop talking, you can probably barely hear it, just a little bit. I just want to have just something tiny, just a little bit of a change. It's like an hour-long, like dubstep, trap, kind of background-ish music kind of thing. So yeah. Faith, what did you think of BMT? I think she thought it was easier than the Army's. Why does everyone ask about North Korea? I don't know. I guess because of all the stuff going on with Trump and Russia and North Korea and all that stuff. We hit an hour. When do we know who won, and how do we? So yes, we're at an hour for the stream now. It's an hour and 1 minute that I've been going on, and I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer. But yes, the BP giveaway, I will be picking it at the end of this. So how many people do we have now? So right now, see, this is what I'm talking about. So right now there's 336 comments on this post. So on this post on Instagram, I don't think you can see it, but there's 336 comments. But whenever I do this whole random comment thing, how many that's not true. Let's do this. Let me copy, cancel. Alright. I'm going to try and do this right now, see how many unique commenters there are. That's not true. I just did this a little while ago. Well, that's not good. Well, we're gonna do this eventually, anyways. But there's not 336 people. There's been a lot of people who are doing like multiple comments. But anyways, we all know Matt can talk for forever. Yeah, I guess I can. But I mean, it's not like I'm talking for forever. I mean, I'm reading comments, and then you guys are giving me inspiration. Like, if you guys weren't leaving any comments, this would be a lot more difficult. This would be like back in the day when nobody was doing comments. Because my first live stream that I did was, I don't know, like 3,000 subscribers or something, which is crazy. Some people commented like 20 times. Yeah, those people. One person. I've blocked 2 people in the comments because they were literally leaving a comment like every second. And I've tried to delete some of them, but they were just copy paste comment. Guys, don't do that crap. Like, that's just annoying. Thank you, Matt. I just realized you are the reason I memorized the General Orders, Soldier's Creed, Officer, and Enlisted Ranks and Phonetic Alphabet. So, my friend, you deserve some of the credit. Chris S., I appreciate that. But you did all the memorizing. So that's awesome. That is awesome. I just realized my question is in 2 segments. M. Thompson, what did you say? Thoughts on 17 Charlie? If you can get it and you are interested in it, freaking do it. 17 series, cyber and all that. Good lord. If you can do that, if you get accepted for that, do it. What do you think of the new OCP, like the new uniform? I love it way more than the old digital pattern, the old digital ACU pattern. 1 in 336 chance to win. Not liking my odds. Savage Patch Matt, like I said, it's gonna be more honestly like 1 in 150. But I'm picking 2 winners, so it's like 1 in 75. So that's actually not that bad if you think about it. Like, you know, if I was way bigger, then it would be more difficult. So just be happy. I can't afford to give out 75 different things. Hey Matt, what did you do as a career before the Army? Faith is the MVP. What I did as a career before the Army. Let's do a brief overview of Matt Ward's career. So my first job, I was a dishwasher at a breakfast restaurant. I would wake up at 2:30 in the morning. I would wake up at 2:30 in the morning and go into work, and I would do a little bit of preparation stuff, and then I would start doing the dishes around like 6 o'clock until 1 p.m. And then immediately after that, I would go to baseball practice and stuff because I was in high school. And then some days during the week, I would wake up and go into work at 3 in the morning, and then work for a couple of hours, and then go to school. And I did that for 3 years throughout high school. Then I worked at Hibbett Sports, and I was the kind of like just a little salesperson. It's kind of like a Dick's Sporting Goods. It's like a sporting goods store. So I did that for like 2 years up and through my first year of college. And then I was a sales, like a affiliate with Vima, which is like it's a multi-level marketing company. And so that was actually really good. But one of the things that I decided to do after I stopped working at Hibbett Sports is I was tired of doing things that didn't help me. So like if I put on my resume that I was a dishwasher, or I was, I helped cook some food, or if I was this salesperson at a shoe store, basically, like that's not helping me with my resume. Like I'm a computer science guy. Like I do computer tech stuff. Like I do a little bit more entrepreneurial type stuff. Like that doesn't help me out a lot. And so after I quit my job at almost 20, but I was like 19 and a half-ish. At about 19 and a half, I quit my job at Hibbett Sports, and I promised myself that I would never do another job that didn't help further my career, that I couldn't put on my resume, that I couldn't look back at. So then I did the Vima thing. Then I did some real estate stuff and started investing in that. Then I did I had a programming internship that I was selected. There was over 1,000 people that applied for this internship, and they only selected 10 of us. So I was one of 10, and I was a sophomore in college. I was a sophomore in college, where everybody else that got the internship was a senior in college or a master's student. And out of 1,000 people, it was super competitive. So I did not get that internship off of my programming skills because I hadn't been programming that long. I got that internship off of, 1, people skills, interviewing skills, and number 2, working my absolute face off in school, going above and beyond and doing things outside of school. And so that impressed them. And then I got a job, and then I joined the Army, and I joined as a 25 Bravo, which is an IT specialist, which again furthers my career in the tech field. And then I got a job as and then I was a personal trainer for a little bit because that's something I like, working with people. And then I got a job working at the company that I do now as a full-time software developer, and now I do YouTube. And yeah, that's my life. That is my life. I don't know why I just went on about all of that, but anyways. Oh my goodness, babe. We'll be wearing the same-ish uniform soon when the Air Force switches to OCPs. Yes, we will. We will be wearing the same uniforms. But I'm going to be looking... I'm just kidding. You're going to be looking way better than me. Of course, babe. Whenever I'm calculating my odds, I like to add a 0 so it seems more realistic. 25 series and 17 series. Yes, both of those I think are great. Especially for after the military things. So like with 25 series MOSs, a lot of times, especially like the more computer related ones like 25 Bravo or 25 Uniform, soldiers will enlist with those MOSs, and then they'll go through a couple years in the Army. They'll get different certifications and stuff, and then they can get job offers outside of the military that, you know, will pay them, you know, $60,000 to $120,000 a year, obviously depending on your skill set. And so the Army has trouble holding on to some of those soldiers that have the good skills. So obviously 25 series jobs and 17 series jobs are in very high demand. Anyways, Preston ESTP, hello, did I miss anything? You missed me talking about the ACFT, because I was curious what you guys thought. If anybody else has any other thoughts on the ACFT, I'd like to read them. But yeah, hard work pays off. I am not going to play I'm not going to play Call of Duty after the live stream. I am literally going to do a little bit of work after the live stream. So yeah, I don't ever stop working. My son graduates basic training at Fort Sill this Friday. Thanks for all you do, Matt. Sue Peterson, that's awesome. Congratulations to him. Do drill instructors take kindly to humor? Is it situational? It's definitely situational. If you try to, you know, joke around with the drill sergeant in the wrong situation, that's not going to be good. Matt, do you guys work with Linux a lot? I never did as a 25 Bravo. You basically just program switches and routers in like the command prompt basically. And actually in PuTTY. You go in PuTTY. You use PuTTY a lot as a 25 Bravo. And then now with me currently, I don't use... Actually, I mean, I do use Linux a little bit to navigate around. But I don't do much advanced stuff with that. Sorry, everyone. I just want to know because he's never told his career story. Matt, you've basically done everything I've wanted to do in real life. The Hot Dog Man 93. You can do way better than me, for sure. I do work really hard. Like I literally and it's not even an exaggeration. I work about 70 hours a week, and then I go to the gym. So if you were to do a 5-day gym week of 2 hours of either gym plus running, that makes me basically do about an 80 hour work week. And so I work 7 days a week. I don't take days off. So if I do have some time off, I just like to relax. And one of the things I like to do to relax is just like go to a movie or something. So, but I literally, I work a lot. Thoughts on the Citadel and VMI? The only thoughts I have on them is the cadets that I saw that were like from the Citadel and whatnot, that were in my advanced camp platoon. They were good cadets, so I think that they get obviously pretty good training. Matthew's asking the real questions here. You talking about me? Matt, I feel like the push-ups replacing the ones now are much worse for testing upper body strength and endurance, mostly endurance. What do you think? Yeah, like I said, I don't think that they should have replaced the push-ups as they are now, because what they did before with the T push-up, they had the T push-up, right? So you got to do a push-up and did this. But now with the ACFT, the new thing is you just do a push-up, you go back down and you rest on the ground, lift your hands up, then do a push-up, then go back on the ground. And so I just feel like people are going to abuse that whole ground thing. So like I said with I talked about this earlier, so I'll just reiterate it real quick. When you're doing the sit-ups, and you're doing a sit-up, you can go down on the ground, and as long as you're making a continuous effort, so you're like doing like a little crunch and whatnot, you're making a continuous effort to do a sit-up, then it's okay. But you can't just sit back and rest. Just like for the new push-up that they're going to have, you can't just lay on the ground and rest for 10 seconds. But it's going to be like, as long as you can make a continuous effort to push up, then you're going to be okay. So I feel like people are going to abuse that. So they'll get to the near end of where they're capable of doing their maximum push-ups, and then they'll kind of just act like they're doing push-ups, but they're really just resting on the ground. So I feel like that will be abused. Anyways. Andrew, this is actually my first time in Matt's live stream. Well, Christopher, welcome to my first ever, for your first ever live stream and my live stream. I have done a lot of them. I used to add them in my live streaming playlist, but it just hit me just now that I have forgotten to do that because I can't add it to the playlist as it's uploaded. I have to wait to upload it. Boxers or briefs? Briefs, I think. You think I can do 40 no scopes? Have you seen me? Okay, COD is in his live streams. Wish you were coming to Dallas. I am actually coming to Dallas because I am going from Houston to where my girlfriend's at, and then my flight leaves out from where she's at. I'm leaving from the Dallas airport, but don't get your hopes up because it's not like I'm not going to miss time with her to hang out with anybody else. I'm going to, yeah. So I'm gonna go straight from there to the airport. Swearing into the garden April, Matt, or swearing in? Oh, this April. Oh, okay. So I mean it's a good bit of ways, but that's awesome. That is awesome. My mom didn't want me to at first, but my dad talked her into letting me. Well, if you're 18, then nobody has to let you. You can do it yourself, but having your parents' support is definitely great. Like I said, I did not have my parents' support whenever I first joined. I did not. My mom probably thought I was about to she probably thought whenever I joined, even doing the job that I was doing, I was just gonna die. Like, she was just like, I'm just gonna die. She did not want me to join. They were talking me out of it. I remember them even talking my little brother James out of it, the one that we've made videos with. I remember like the day that he left, they're like, you still don't have to go. And now my youngest brother is still at basic, and he's almost a month in. He left on June 19th. Wait, when will you be in Houston? I am going to Houston this Friday. And then I'll be there Saturday. And then I'm driving out of there on Saturday night. Grunts or Pogues? Pogues? I mean, it depends. What job are you trying to do? Might be coming to the party late, Matt, but what do you think of one station unit training extension possibly? I think it is a good idea. That basically if you're talking about infantry one station unit training, because there can be different ones, like MPs and stuff can have one station unit training. But I think it's a good idea because, like, if you think about it, so basic training is 10 weeks long. Every soldier goes to basic training. It's just one station unit training is basic training concatenated with the little AIT portion, and so you're just at the same station, same unit or whatever for the whole time. So for infantry soldiers, you only had 4 weeks of AIT, which is like the shortest out of like all of the MOSs. Like the next shortest I think is probably like 6 weeks or something, which is like chaplain's assistant or something like. And I feel like infantry, like, shouldn't they be one of the better trained people like at their job? Because a lot of times, like, you hear of infantry soldiers, they'll get done with their training and then they deploy like a couple weeks after they get to their unit. And so, like, if you think of them doing that and deploying shortly after getting to their unit, with 4 weeks of like their job training versus an extra, it'll be 12 weeks. Like, I think that's a good improvement. The things that they're wanting to improve with that, I think is good. What's up, infantry abuser? That's too many hearts, infantry abuser. That's, Hear about 30th AG, Matt, the 400 plus recruits who were stuck there? I did not hear about that, no. My parents didn't want me to join, my bro to join, but my mom was trying to get me to join at 17. That's interesting. What are your thoughts on Russia being a possible ally? Well, if they were an ally, that would be great, but my thoughts on that is I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. Serious question. Can you be sent to war being the only son in the family? Yes. I remember I've had somebody fairly close in my life that has said that the reason that they didn't join the military was because that they are the only son in the family and that the military wouldn't let them join because of that, and that's not true. That is not true. If you aren't willing to lay down your life, don't go to infantry. It sounds harsh, but it's true. If you aren't willing to lay down your life, don't join the military, period. No matter what MOS. That's what I believe. I don't care if you are going to be a cook. If you aren't at some level willing to take on the risk, which you are, if you're not at some level willing to take on that risk, then don't join. And that goes for really all law enforcement, cops, firefighters, like EMS, like, you know, doing all these things like that could be potentially life-threatening, like, you know, speeding down the road trying to go save somebody. People die from doing that. People die going to try and save somebody else. Like, hey Matt, my recruiter told me I am his unicorn. I understand that fact. 6'5" and built like a tank. I think it's because my record's being clean. Been pushing my weight loss to get on the ground, to get it to the guard. Get into the guard. Gosh, I cannot read. Number one goal. You can do it, man. You can do it. Just it takes consistency. People ask for shortcuts. There is no shortcut. The biggest thing is consistently, and that is completely serious. Like, the biggest thing by far is just staying consistent. Even when you don't want to do it, you gotta stay consistent. Who do you believe is stronger, the international deals with international deals, Obama or Trump? I think anybody who says Obama is better probably doesn't know what they're talking about. But that's an opinion. Kind of. Is ROTC open to enlisted soldiers? Yes, you can take ROTC, but if you contract, you're obviously going to have to become an officer. But you can take ROTC as an enlisted soldier without the desire to commission. I got goosebumps, Matt. From what? How do you track your run? Well, me, I use my Apple Watch. If that's what you're asking about. Before you just use your phone. By the way, I don't know when I'm going to be done with the stream. But again, where is it at? The giveaway. Boom. This post on my Instagram. Go and leave a comment because I'm picking the winners very shortly. Are infantrymen regularly deployed? If you're active duty, you should be technically regularly deployed. If you're in a unit that is deployed a lot, you're going to have shorter deployments. True, bro. Military is a band of brothers and sisters, and all should be willing to lay down your life for your brothers and sisters beside you. Yes, that is completely true. That is one of the reasons why the bond of soldiers and people in the military, like, it's a different kind of relationship. And just know, like, when you meet somebody outside of the military, like when you meet like a vet, when you meet some kind of Army vet, or you meet somebody who was prior service in the military, and they find out that you were in the military in really any service capacity, especially if you were in the same branch, there's just like that instant connection, that instant kind of friendship, the instant commonality that you guys can talk about. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like there's there's really nothing else. Like, if you were in the same career field, like, I was a software developer, I meet somebody else who's been a software developer for a long time, it's just like, oh yeah, cool. But when I'm like, oh, I'm a second lieutenant, and then you meet somebody like I did just recently at Buffalo Wild Wings. I met these two guys. One of them, he did 25 years. The other guy, he's been in 20 plus years, and he's still enlisted. And he's currently in, like, just like, and it's just like, boom, like, instant bros kind of thing, I guess. Is it easy to be contracted in ROTC if you are prior service? I would say it's easier to get contract, yes, as long as there's a slot available, because with ROTC, what happens is the brigades and stuff and the higher up in ROTC, they will say, all right, this school, for my example, UNC Charlotte, you can contract 20 people. 20 people this year. In 2018, you can contract 20 people. If there's less than 20 people that want to contract, then of course you can get the contract easily because it's available for you. But let's say there's like 25 people that want to contract, then it becomes more competitive. Then they're going to be a little bit more stingy. Then if you are hoping to get contracted, if you don't meet that slot, what you could do is literally you would just have to do an extra year of school. So you could do an extra year of college, drop back to the later year, and then hopefully get a contract slot for that year. So it could be easy and it could be impossible without you have to maybe do an extra year of school, I guess. Because I remember whenever I got contracted, I think there was 2 more slots available when I got contracted. I want to go into a combat zone. If I choose to join the Army, what's the best MOS for that? Technically, I think the best MOS would be 11 Bravo with an option 40 contract. Or Special Forces. That would be the best. Hey Matt, who is your favorite artist? I don't know. My favorite artist. I don't know. I mean, that's a very broad category too. My favorite person that I watch on YouTube right now is Peter McKinnon. That's my favorite person right now on YouTube. Thoughts on stolen valor or people posing as military personnel? I hate it. I think it's really stupid. I hate that people do it. I was almost about to confront somebody. Whenever I went to San Antonio, I went to a Dick's Sporting Goods, and walking across the parking lot, I saw this dude, and he was like in mostly the ACU uniform, the Army Combat Uniform, like the digital pattern, and he had like the top on and pants and like some weird hat or something, and so like I don't know if he was stolen valor or something, but he walked in like way ahead of me, and then I was kind of like looking for him, and if I was home, like I would have just very politely been like, if you're gonna wear basically the entire Army uniform, don't do that unless you're actually in. There'll be people who might wear a PC or something, or maybe there'll be guys who just wear the pants or whatever. But if you're wearing the top and the bottom, don't do that unless you're in because that's like the majority of it. Just don't do it. And I was looking for the dude and I couldn't find him to tell him, just politely don't do that. But it does get on my nerves a little bit whenever I see people. One of the things that I don't like is whenever I see people wearing dog tags outside of their t-shirt. I'm not going to grab my dog tags just so you guys don't see because my dog tags are right there. But I don't want you guys to see my DOD ID number. But anyways, I hate it when people wear dog tags on the outside of their t-shirts because you're supposed to wear them on at least the inside of your outermost clothing. So that annoys me. If you don't have a shirt on, then that's okay. So that's annoying. And then I don't like it, honestly, when people wear military anything. So if you're just wearing a PC and you're not in the military, that annoys me. Anyways, Matt, the type of guy to only go to the grocery store with his battle buddy. What? I go to the grocery store all the time by myself. Are you more likely to go to airborne school as an infantryman if you don't get it in your contract? I would say yes. ACFT will be implemented 2019 sometime. The ACFT will be implemented in 2020. I don't know where you got that information, but it's October of 2020. Can you get RAS in your contract? I already signed for 13 Fox, but I was just curious. You could get RAS with a 13 Fox contract because that's what my brother did, so you could do it. After the fact, once you get to your unit, you could try to go. You could try to go into the 75th, but that's gonna be up in the air. He will be proud of you for enlisting. You don't have to be Ranger to do that. That is true. Whatever person you're replying to, I agree with you. Calf Scout with heart. But anyways, some people here sign up for it once. Alright, so right now, I'm going to give you guys like 1 minute. If you haven't entered the BPN giveaway on my Instagram, now is literally the time because I'm about to pick the winners. And then once I'm done with this, you know, I'm going to pick the winners soon. So for this post, the link is in the description. This post right here. Link is in the description. How many comments are there now? Let me see. So it says 348. So there's been 12 more comments since I last did it. But let's find another random comment picker. Alright. I just got off of this thing. Instagram comment picker. Let's click right here. Refresh the page. And we are going to search. There's no way that that's true. I don't believe it. Because it gave me a different number. I don't know if maybe this is messed up. Draw winner giveaway. Gosh darn, this is gonna suck. Max out ACFT video would be dope. Yeah, I do want to, so while I'm trying to figure this out, I do want to do the ACFT and I want to do it myself, but you need equipment for this freaking ACFT. Like doing the APFT like that is, I didn't need any equipment. Now I do. So I'm going to maybe see if I can go to my old high school that I went to, which was like my mom's is still an English teacher there. So maybe I can try to do that. Let me do this. Gosh, are you kidding me? If I have to register on this thing. Yeah, so Nick Bear collab in Houston. I think one day me and him will do a collab. Whenever I went and met Nick Bear last month, he was recording a video, so it was kind of cool seeing behind the scenes of the video. But we didn't do that. We didn't do a collab or anything. Alright. Random picker. Follow this link. Verify. Gosh, are you serious? Or sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. I do not want to do that. Alright. Why is that being stupid? What are you guys saying? Tanner asked to see their CAC. If they say it's not on me, they're fake. It's against the uniform regulations. Oh yeah, that is. If you're still talking about the Stolen Valor people, if you do see somebody in uniform, I mean, yeah, ask to see their CAC. At the very least, they should have dog tags. At the very least. Why is that being stupid? Alright. I can't. We're gonna have to just go with this one, which was a little iffy before. Let's copy link. All right, so let me read a thing. It's easy, Matt. All you gotta do is pick 2 people that aren't me. Oh, seriously though, I never win. All right, well, I'm gonna pick. We're gonna do it right now, I guess. Pick a random winner. And so hopefully, people. All right, so the first winner is Chris DeSavage. Milk and cookies. Keep grinding, Matt. Your videos are getting better and better. The drone preview was epic too. Can't wait for the vlog. All right, so there's one winner. I'm going to let me do this so that I make sure that I get that screenshot. Save winner. All right, so we got one winner down. Who's ready to go? Who's ready to go? Is that you, Chris? Is that you, Chris? Did you win? I'm gonna give it another second. I'm back to the stream. Was that you, Chris? Yes. All right. Well, you win. You're getting some milk and cookies. Like I said, the salted caramel, they're not doing that anymore. Didn't enter because I can't use it. Why can't you use it? But yeah, did you guys see my little my drone preview, like my intro to my vlog that's coming out tomorrow? So let me know. It's only a crime if they're getting any financial gain out of it. It's not a crime for wearing the uniform. You're just making yourself look stupid. Stupidity isn't a crime, but it should be. Yeah. So yeah, if you're not in the military, stolen valor isn't a big deal. Like, you know, as far as law breaking goes. But if you're in the military, you can still have stolen valor. Like, you know, you can go to like a clothing and sales or something and just pick whatever freaking rank you want. You can pick whatever awards you want. You can pick a freaking Purple Hearts and all these Arcoms. You can pick like Medal of Honor. Like, you can pick like everything there, and then you could just put it on your uniform because like you're already in the military, so you have a uniform. So like if you were going to a wedding or something, technically you could put all this freaking stuff that you have, that all that you want on there. That is against UCMJ. So what are you drinking, babe? Talking about this. This is the this is the BP and BCAAs. All right, so picking the next winner right now. Are you guys ready? I'm waiting for one person to say that they're ready, and then I'm gonna pick the winner. One person. That's all I need. One person. Who says they're ready? Where your brother stationed? My brother is stationed at Fort Bragg. Alright, there we go. Y'all said ready. I said for you to say I'm ready. Jeez. Good lord, all these people. Spoiler alert, it's not me. Andrew, what if it is? Alright, pick another winner. Here we go. Pick another winner. Will this thing go away? Oh! And the next winner is Carry_00. Carry_00. And again, they want milk and cookies. So anyways, that's the winner. Let me take a screenshot of this so I make sure. Screenshot's easiest for me right now. Actually, I'll just post it on Instagram. Winner 2 on my story. But I'll DM them. So Chris, I'll DM you, or you can DM me right now, and then I'll just make things easier. And you could just send me your address, and I will just send it to you now, basically. So Carrie won. Hey, did you win, Carrie? Is that you? Carrie underscore 00. That is the username or whatever. That's freaking awesome. Both people are on the stream. That's amazing. Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard versus Army and Navy and All Out War. Like literally, the Army and the Navy would win because the Navy has like the Air Force. Has some Air Force. The Army has some Air Force. So in like the Army has drones. Like the Air Force is the powerhouse, I think, of all the Marines and the Coast Guard. Because like technically, if you were to go on like an all-out war nowadays, I feel like there would be so much drone warfare and so much like stuff like so with Navy ships and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the Navy and the Army would win versus Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Anyways, that's it. This is rigged. Parker 5596. What do you mean it's rigged? I literally try to make it as fair as possible. I told you guys to do to whatever. But I will be doing another giveaway, obviously, at some point in the future. Like I posted on my Instagram story. It seems like I'm doing the BPN giveaway every 20,000 subscribers. The first one I did was at 20,000. The second BPN giveaway I did was at 40,000. And now the last giveaway that I did right now, I'm literally almost at 60,000. So that's kind of funny. Communism, let's vote. No. Alright, so let's get off of here. That was fun. Is there an MOS that drone flyer? That would be pretty cool. At least in the Air Force there is. I don't know what the Army MOS for that would be. Oh god, phone went stupid. FaceTime date later. Yes, I just got a little bit to do, just a little bit. But yeah, so that is it for the stream, guys. We talked a little bit about the ACFT at the beginning of the video. So obviously, like, there's only so much you can say, really. So if you missed that, you can watch back at the beginning of the video. Yeah, that's it. Got my vlog coming out tomorrow. Make sure you guys watch my vlog. Pretty excited for it. Infantry abuser, if you keep doing that, I'm gonna block you, man. Anyways, yeah, you say that again, I'm literally gonna block you. Just don't be hitting on, mine. So anyways, what a way to end off the stream. What a way to end off the stream, guys. Thank you all for coming out. Instagram winners, I'll message you guys in just a second, and then I'll get the stuff over to you guys. So, peace out.